books as well. Do you understand? It's very rare in the middle of the pressure. May I look at my job. I have very many management books that are stacked in the office. Rarely there's a problem arrive in my office and I start saying, hold on. This was in chapter 7. Yes. It says to read. You understand? Many other people are waiting for you like, is this how boss solves problems? Because you won't remember everything in the books, isn't it? You can't remember everything in the books. You only remember what you've automatically been practicing, right? Yeah. That's why they say emotional intelligence is not practiced at work. Do you know where it's practiced from? For all of you singles, sorry, but it's practiced in relationships. I'm being honest. The one who's resilient, you heartbreak after heartbreak. Wagumanda. You know, things, they just say, oh my, she's so calm, you know, nothing phases her. Umbe, you've been handled by life. You understand? Eh? And they say, man, you know, even when you bring a hard task, a complicated challenge, she's always so, you know, calm. There's fire under that person. But the idea is what you practiced comes off easier. Do you understand? You will not problem solve by saying, what they taught us in module 5 was. God forbid you have a boss who says that, you'd run. Imagine someone referencing a module. My lecturer actually said that if this ever happens, because that's why, do you know that's why they were looking for people with 3 years of experience? Because then you've dealt with things a bit more, you're not looking into theory. That's why even in the interviews, I did a series of interviews, very hard ones, and you're asked for scenarios. What have you been able to do? What problem, how did you solve it? Give us case-by-case scenarios. Because you must have worked. You must have experienced it in one way or another. So skills are only useful if you practice. Do you understand? You can't say communicate. By then communication isn't getting this microphone and talking to you. That's not really communication. Communication even starts with friends. You know, you can have a group of friends and you know, you love everybody in the 5, but there's one, if we were in trouble and they were to explain our problem, you wouldn't let her talk. You know. Yeah, you understand? Because it could be either or. If they were the ones to explain our problem, they'd kill us on sight. Or they would just out of impatience kill us. There are people who speak, and you're like, what are you saying? Makes sense. I think they say make it make sense. You understand? You're like, what exactly are you saying? And others, you know, the debaters were here. Are they out? So that I gossip when they're not here. Communication is not for you who's talking. Communication is for the other people. Do you understand? That's why I would ask her, who's in the room? I asked, who's in this room? Because it is purposeless to be talking and assuming I have accountants in the room. And then you're thinking, did she know who she came to talk to? Or, do you understand? You must tailor your conversation because it's not for me. It's not for me to enjoy the sound of my voice. It is for you to pick something because you took time, isn't it? You took the time to come here early in the morning and sit. So when I speak, it's for you. It's not for me. Do you understand? Me, I've written very many things here. But the reason you've not seen me keep going onto it every 2 minutes is because I can read the room. Communication is a lot more than just holding a microphone. Do you understand? Communication, even when you see the room start to doze, there's someone I want to point to. When I started to speak, they were like this. But eventually I saw them, you know. But you must read the room. Do you understand? Now, communication to this many people can actually be easier than when you have just her in front of you. Do you know that? When it's just one person, it is harder. So you must master people. And you can do that with friends, you can do that with colleagues. So some skills, you don't need to get the job to master them. So skills, and then there's skills of the future. The digital era might not be social media, but you certainly need to understand everything that goes into the digital world. So some of those skills, back in the day, I think the most digital skills you needed was, is it Excel? Word, Excel, PowerPoint, yeah? Now even PowerPoint has changed, by the way. Yeah, PowerPoint is not the... Now you even have, I think, even Microsoft, is it 360, where all the apps are, you know, things are getting a bit more complicated than they were. If I'm not mistaken, you used to just be able to click PowerPoint as a standalone. And even then, it did not have Microsoft Pilot inside it. When you're trying to do something, the AI has already given you answer, like, that's not what I was looking for. So some of these are also skills you can learn. Teach yourself how to write presentations. And in the world of AI, teach yourself, especially for HR managers, how to sweep through AI. Meaning, somebody writes a thesis, somebody writes, you know, a letter or something. You must know whether this is human or AI. You know? So you must be able to comb through some of these things. But those are skills. By the way, I can use AI, and you read my thing, and it takes you a bit of a minute to realize it was AI. Because I've mastered. And I think that people who are here said it's collaboration, right? It's not that you must remove human and put AI. It's collaboration. How many of us know how AI works? Who knows how AI works? Even if it's one process, you do, right? Or two. It can't be the ones here. Dangerous if it's the ones this side. Does anyone here know how AI works? Okay. Wonderful. How does AI work? He's Wycliffe.